Hey everybody, Adam here, M7 Adventures. Just having a little bit of an issue today with my 89 F-250. It's leaking coolant slowly at the thermostat housing. Those of you that have seen my videos know I just bought this truck last fall and have done a lot of work to it already. We already replaced the radiator. Should have done the thermostat when I did the radiator, but it's like you were just trying to patch holes at the time. Replaced both front and rear in-tank fuel pumps, replaced the frame rail fuel pump. Boy, the list goes on. So today we're going to dig into that and make a video about it. So here we go. All right, so here's the lay of the land here. And for those of you watching, don't forget to check out my website at m7synthetic.myamsoil.com. I'm an independent AMSoil dealer. They got some awesome products, and we'll make more videos about that as well. But so here's the upper radiator hose. I've already actually replaced this, but I don't like the way it fits. I've really had trouble getting this to seal up. So we're going to take this off and replace this with a Gates hose. And then if you look right down in there, that is the thermostat housing. You see that little bit of orange there? That's the original gasket there. We've got to remove this hose. There's another hose. I don't know if you can quite see it from this angle, but there's another hose right down in there. I don't know if you can see it right there. You can just see the where it attaches to the housing there. So we're going to get a channel locks here and remove this hose clamp. I think I've got this one here screwed on, so remove that. We're going to pull this. Of course, we're going to drain a little bit of coolant off the top end here. Pull that off there. I've got a new housing if I need it. I got a new gasket, new thermostat. Not that the thermostat's acting okay, but might as well put a new one in it if I'm going to be replacing that gasket that's leaking. And what it's doing is it's dripping right down in that valley of the engine. So you can never, the degas bottle's low. As you can see here, it should be up to here, and you can see nothing in the degas bottle except till you get down in there. So it's very slowly leaking, and it was very frustrating because you couldn't see where it was going. And it was burning on top of that valley in the engine there, and a little bit maybe would drip down onto the driveway. So I'm just gonna get that changed out. All right, so a little progress report here. So now we've got the upper radiator hose laying back over there. Got her off of here. Got her off of there. We've got that little clamp loosened. It's pretty short hose, so it doesn't want to pull back. So I'm going to start by getting this taken off. Got a 1/2 inch open end. We'll fit that bolt and that bolt to get that housing off there, and we'll get that all cleaned up and get that replaced. While we're at it, I thought, you know what, I might replace this belt here too. So here we are, and moving right along. Guys, so I got the housing off, got it all cleaned up, an original cast Ford housing. Those things are so rough, I can't even imagine that they ever seal off. But anyway, got her all cleaned up with my gasket scraper here that, man, has come in handy in a lot of instances. Got the marrying surface there all cleaned up. But as in most repair situations, in using my open end wrench in a tight space, I broke off the coolant temperature sensor that goes right here. So I got that going for me. But there's an O'Reilly here in town that actually carries it, so I don't have to wait to get my truck back up and running. Lifetime warranty part. I mean, that part was so brittle that when I just bumped it with my knuckle turning a small open end wrench, it just snapped right off. So anyway, that's the joys of working on old trucks. So anyway, while my son is riding his bike to O'Reilly for me because I'm stranded, I'm going to change this belt, and I'm going to get this stuff all back on there and get ready for that sensor. Hey guys, little update here. I did end up using that aftermarket housing. Just so smooth, and there's a good lip all the way around it. That Ford one had a lip on top and a lip on bottom, and the sides were smooth where coolant would leak past the hose. So I did end up using this one. New fail-safe thermostat that'll fail open. Got this all put back together. Now we're just going to put that sensor on there that I broke. get the upper radiator hose here on, and we'll see how she runs. So thank goodness for O'Reilly's. I got an AutoZone right at the end of my street here, but they didn't carry this coolant temperature sensor. Napa didn't carry it. I sure didn't want to be stranded with coolant blasting out of the front of there without it in there. So O'Reilly had 2 of them, one with a 1-year warranty, and this one had a lifetime warranty on it. So new sensor, new thermostat housing. Now we're gonna get this upper radiator hose on here, get her filled with coolant, see what happens. This Gates hose is a little bit too long. When you get it pushed all the way up on there, it's still bumping right here on this pulley. So I'm gonna take and cut about inch and a half off here and get back to work. Okay, after one more cut, we got that Gates hose on there. I like how it fits on there, nice and snug. I don't think we're gonna deal with leaking down there. Just had to get it short of this pulley here, so you watch out it doesn't rub on that. The last thing we need. So then I got a new clamp on here, but it wasn't so tight at this end, so I'm hopeful that it doesn't leak up here. You know, we'll have to look at that. So we'll get these air intake hoses back attached, fill her up with coolant here, and moment of truth. As you can see, air hoses are back on, tightened up. Radiator was filled to the top until it wouldn't take any more. Then I overfilled the overflow bottle, because if I don't let it get too hot, what'll happen is it'll burp once or twice and it'll pull that back out of there. Just watching this especially, and those new connections down there, and see what happens. I'm gonna fire it up. All right guys, so we got day 2 here. I had the hose on there, new clamp. 2 things. That was leaking from that little, I don't even know what that's for, if that was a manufacturing, you know, opening or what, but I got some plumber's tape on there now. You can see it on the threads. Hopefully that'll seal that up. And I went over and got a 2¼ inch Dorman spring clamp and a 2-inch for this end. Dorman's pretty proud of those clamps, but they work really good, and I don't care if I got to use 2 of them on each end to get this thing solid, because it was spraying coolant right back through here with 1 clamp on there. So hopefully we got that taken care of. We'll put a couple of new Dorman spring clamps on there, see if we can get rid of this coolant leak here once and for all, and be done with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I've got 2 Dorman 2¼ inch clamps, spring clamps down there at the bottom. We've got thread tape in the little hole there to hopefully seal that. We've got 2 new clamps up here, a couple of Dorman, or these were the 2¼ and those were the 2-inch clamps down there, and they were expensive over at Advanced Auto. But I'll tell you what, if it stops this leak and causes me to not have to top off coolant every 2 weeks during the winter, that would be awesome. So here we go. We're gonna get this intake hooked back up, get her fired up, see what happens. Okay, I've never seen a hose be as nasty as this one. It was leaking again, dripping right down the housing there. So I adjusted the hose clamps again. Right now, it appears to not be leaking. I got it up to full temperature, no leaks. Everything seems to be in order. Not leaking out of the weep hole there, or seat, whatever that drain hole is there. Got that sealed up. Looks like it's not leaking currently. So we might have a completed job. All right, here we are finishing up another video. I think everything's all set. I'm still letting her sit there and run. Enjoying a little Tim Hortons, and just gonna drive it now and let it burp for air, make sure coolant levels are good, and hopefully that's a job in the books. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my website that I mentioned earlier in the video, and everybody have a great day.